Hi Libra, welcome to your July 2018 forecast with me. Joining me in the beautiful summer countryside on a very, very warm day. You can probably hear crows screeching in the background, but sure, that's authentic. So let's address the big raging elephant in the room for July. Mars retrograding in your sister sign of Aquarius. Star energy. Now, let me think. What does Aquarius mean for you? It means love. It is your house of love. It is your house of creativity. It's your house of romance, arts, children, all things creative, all things romantic, and all things that appeal to the sensitive, more artistic part of your soul. So, when it's retrograding, you might have to go over some old ground. You may have to revisit some emotions that you hadn't got closure on, you hadn't put the chapter down. There may be a revisit of somebody from your past, possibly in your personal life, romantic life, even for parents. Children that may be living overseas may come home during this period. It's all about reconnecting with what was lost in that area, what has not been closed and what has not been learned, most importantly. With Mercury retrograding on the 26th, it's going to be a revision of your social life, your friends that you keep. With the 11th house retrograde energy, I want to say one thing, particularly, you're going to post something, particularly if it's regarding your feelings. Think once, think twice, and then think 3 times if you really want to send that out into the ether. Okay, so you may be meeting a lot of old friends as well with this transit. There's a lot of... Would you ever shush? There's going to be a lot of revision. People think Mercury and Mars retrograding is a punishment. It's actually just a chance to breathe. It's a chance to go over the old ground. It's a chance to gain some clarity, some perspective, which we could all use a little bit of the time. And Libra is naturally kind of indecisive. I think there is an obsession with the past here, and it's crossed by the star, so there's a lack of hope surrounding a particular, possibly a toxic relationship from the past I'm seeing with the devil here, because this is the beginning energy. This is how you're feeling at the beginning of the month. Could be after that full moon in Capricorn, which is your 4th house of family. It could be toxic relationships within your family. I feel like you're losing hope on letting go of a situation. I think this retrograde period may actually be giving you some closure. Chariot, in the past you were once in control. Fate changed that. Big changes in fate. I mean, that's 4 out of 4. 4 out of 4 cards. Major arcana so far. Oh good, finally, one that's not. 6 of Pentacles. Giving and take was an issue. Give and take. There is a return. This card to me is very typically a return, but it can also just indicate a soulmate energy coming through. Could be somebody new that feels like a past energy, but oftentimes with the amount of retrogrades going through the sky, particularly one in your romantic sector, I think there is some sort of link to the past, and I think it's, with the devil energy, very much a lack of release. And I feel like there's a lack of hope. I don't think you expect big things with this person. I think you feel all hope is lost. I think some of you are thinking, I'm never going to revisit anyone from the past. I want something completely different. I need to let all this go and start a new chapter. But there is a romantic partner coming through, a romantic offer. And you want someone you can trust. You want someone that doesn't rattle you, because someone's rattled your intuition. Someone's hurt you deeply, Libra. Now, in terms of signs, of course, we can look into that. It could have been an Aquarius. It could have been a Cancer. Could have been any of the fixed signs with the Wheel of Fortune, of course. In your past position, that would be Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. But it doesn't have to be any of them. It could be another sign completely. But with the Wheel of Fortune, someone unexpectedly left your life and someone unexpectedly returns. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the same person. We all have more than one person in the past. And for those of you that have nobody in the past, because some people don't, could be somebody new to build upon. there seems to be, with the Six of Cups, something special about this relationship. And I think a major decision seems to be coming up here. Particularly if you're regarding a child or a water sign. Definitely could be a water sign. That would be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. I'm leaning towards Cancer and Scorpio though, with the cards already out. But I think you have anxieties about this person. To be honest, I feel it more like you're worried somebody's never gonna come back, and that's it. I think you're worried about a missed chance with the Wheel of Fortune here in the past position. A missed chance, a missed opportunity, an unexpected change of fate for which you had no control. But you can always choose how you react to it, Libra. That's what matters. Because there is romance coming in here. But you're not so sure you want to accept it just now. I think this is possibly very, very poignant for someone who is not releasing the past, someone who is holding out for someone returning. They may be losing hope, but they're not taking any other offers on because it's hurt you deeply. You are acknowledging the pain, but you're not acknowledging the new love. This could have been with an air sign. It could have been with another Libra, an Aquarius, a Gemini. Because this seems to be linked to the Wheel of Fortune. This was unexpected. This was a complete switch. Some of you may have been dealing with a Gemini that did that thing that Geminis sometimes do, where they have let you meet one twin and then suddenly you met the other and you weren't expecting something so different. There was an unexpected twist of fate. But there is a water sign offering you quite a lot here, and there's also children coming up in your reading, which I think is possibly those of you dealing with strained relationships with children, those of you dealing with concerns over children. I think some of you are pretty worried about it. But there seems to be a pretty good period for reconnecting with children and reconnecting with mothers. The World card is here, so some of you may be traveling and some of you may be graduating from something. The World card is all about completions, so a circle has completed. But I do feel like this is something that you're comfortable with because with the Mars energy, I don't feel like this is personal relationships. The Lover's energy is here as well beside the Page of Cups. Some people are actually dealing with an engagement. Some of you have gotten engaged. Some of you may be getting engaged. And you may actually be concerned about getting engaged during a Mars retrograde period in case it all crumbles. But you're finding your inner strength and your trust in this person. The anxiety seems to be lifting and giving way to inner trust, inner truth, and your own inner wisdom, Libra. You're gaining control of the beast. The beasts that haunt your nightmares are being tamed by you. You're getting back a lot of control after a period of uncertainty and a period where you were concerned of how things were playing out. I think you felt shortchanged by a recent development that was, as I say, unexpected. The Wheel of Fortune usually deals with such. It may have been work-related, or there may be a new job coming through. At the moment, your reading is very orientated towards relationships, which I imagine with the full moon recently in your sector of home, I feel like your relationships with your family may have been a bit fractured, and you've been seeking connections. Similarly, some of you may have gone through a breakup and are relying on your parents for advice or somewhere to stay. Mother relationships are very poignant here. Unless it's Cancer season and Cancer is the mother, that makes sense. But I think for you guys, it's more in relation to that full moon. There is going to be a full moon in Aquarius too at the end of the month, which brings anyone that's come back into your life, it's going to bring answers. It's going to bring clarity to the situation. They're going to explain things. They're going to explain their perspective. That's nice, isn't it? Three of Pentacles. Crossed by the Six of Wands. You're going into this month not feeling like a winner. And I think it's because you feel you have lost your control. You feel you have lost your... I think it's the lack of control, to be honest. I think the unexpected has knocked you for six. And there may have been a collapsed commitment, which was at one stage going fully forward with the Chariot, and you felt in control of. and fate changed things. I mean, you felt like you'd won the jackpot at one point, that things were progressing in the way that you'd expected them to, hoped them to, and now they've changed. Now, in terms of work, when I see the Emperor, to me it's impressing your boss. You seem to be putting in a lot of extra hours with the Six of Pentacles with this Emperor. You seem to have taken charge in the workplace, taken on extra roles, taken on extra work. You may be covering a maternity leave. I see here with the Queen of Cups and the Empress. The full moon at the end of the month in Aquarius is going to be particularly poignant for you. It's going to be very, very, very strong. It's a very special full moon, of course, but we don't have to dwell into that too much. It's just the fact that this brings clarity with a previous relationship for some of you, and clarity on a relationship with your mother for others, okay? Or a child, as I say. When it comes up with the Emperor and the Six of Cups, it could very much be a soulmate, or it could be a family member. There seems to be a conversation that comes to light around the full moon that gives you a closure that you've not had yet. A closure that's needed after this. It's not necessarily closure as an end, by the way. It could be a reconciliation, it just depends. As long as it's not a relationship that's too exhausting, because you seem to be getting yourself back into good health, back into good shape. You may have to choose between two jobs, or you may have to choose between one career path and another career path. I think the choice is linked to career. There seems to be a water sign that's interested in you, but I'm not so sure it's reciprocated. I'm not so sure you're feeling the new romantic connections that are coming in so much as you may have concerns over the past, or concerns the new person reminds you of someone from the past. Maybe they look the same, maybe they have the same name, maybe they have the same star sign. I know people seem to, on here at least, not want to go for someone if they share a star sign with their ex, because they seem to think it's the same thing. It's not. You can trust, say you can trust one Aquarius, and then there's another Aquarius, maybe a bit sketchy. It's you know, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, and there's been some Scorpios I've met and thought, what? What are you? Why? But it's just the way it is. Different people, different moons, different backgrounds, different upbringings. I think some of you might actually fear an Aries. Don't fear Aries. Some of them are nice. There may also be a Pisces here, but I think this is more in relation to the moon. This is in relation to having that closure, having that moment of clarity, having that change in perspective. You're certainly getting your strength back. And this is important. This is you rebirthing. This is you emerging as someone who's in control of their emotions and in control of things. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in the recent past, I think it's very much that you were spinning out of control. The world seemed to be spinning out of control, and here you have regaining it. So if you're feeling like you're spinning your top this month, Libra, know that by the end of it, it's going to be a completely different story. You're going to be in charge of your finances, the things in your life that you can control. Your health is going to be good this month. You're going to be feeling on top of things. In terms of love, with this Mars retrograde, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a perspective change. There's definitely people after you, Libra, but I'm not so sure you're thinking about it that way just yet. For those of you that are, there's a water sign that seems pretty promising. It seems to be offering you quite a lot. They seem to be offering you a lot of time. I think some of you are being spoiled a bit by a new relationship. Somebody new that's coming in and treats you very well, very traditionally. And I think you're going to enjoy that, but I don't know if you're taking it that seriously. I'm going to clarify this Nine of Pentacles and see. The 9th of August is going to be significant, but that's coming up obviously next month. You're going to find clarity where there was indecision. I think you had problems progressing forward, and all you need to do is keep your wits about you if you're overly concerned. Air signs have mental ability like no other. They can cut through the indecision, they can cut through the BS, they can have these conversations when they matter. I think the delayed conversation has been here, and clarity is coming out by the end of the month. Very end of July is going to be pretty enlightening for a retrograde period. I feel like it's more about lifting the fog and being able to progress as something new. It is deep cleansing your love life, at least, and your interpersonal relationships. So I hope you enjoyed that, Libra. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in August. Bye.